because I
have updated myself.
Oh, sorry. Hey everybody, welcome back.
Hey, y'all.
We're back. It's a new season. Hello. Hello. Oh dear. There we go.
Yeah.
Everything is working now, I hope. Can you hear everyone else? Please tell me yes.
Words and things.
Words and things, true. Hello. Welcome everyone back for our 8th season. And I'm in the DM seat. May Paylor help all of us.
Welcome.
8 years coming.
You're just excited because you're not the DM this season.
I get to relax.
Oh no. Hi everybody. Welcome back. So what we're going to do is have everyone introduce themselves, their characters, and their pronouns, and then Shareef is going to thank everybody who makes the show possible. So going in clockwise order for me, Brandon, why don't you start?
Oh, it's me?
Yes.
Sorry, sorry. No, it's like the internet went out for a second. Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Stennis. I play Ren Leadon, who is the high elf sorcerer. Pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
LaTia.
It's me. Hi, everybody. I'm LaTia. My pronouns are she, her. I play Bahani, your everybody's favorite Aarakocra monk, and her pronouns are also she, her.
Shareef, for once, not in the DM's chair. Who are you? Who do you play again?
Some weird tiefling. My name's Shareef. I play Shaka, tiefling warlock, the return. And he's been around Avernus doing things. And Shaka's pronouns and mine are he.
Masood.
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Masood. I play Gazrick Nomrad, our rock gnome, fiscally responsible druid from Frostwind Dale. Both our pronouns are he, him.
And I am your DM. Normally I play Sleece Astorio, a paladin / blood hunter. And pronouns for both Sleece and myself are she, her. But since I'm DMing, Sleece is off having her own adventure that we'll get into later. But Shareef, why don't you thank the folks who helped make this show possible?
Sure. So we got a lot of folks that have been rocking with us since the beginning, 2 years ago now. First, shout out to D&D Beyond. That's where we get all of our character sheets and our source books and all that stuff. Check them out on dndbeyond.com. Do we have a giveaway for Beyond?
We do.
We do. Yes.
We have a 5e sourcebook, or we could make it a Rime of the Frost Maiden sourcebook.
Yeah. So, like, if you're into winning some stuff, make sure that if you're listening to the audio podcast or the video on demand, make sure that you join us live on Twitch Sundays at noon, so that you can get a chance to read. For those that are here, there will be a code in the chat that you can use to enter the giveaway. So shout out to dndbeyond.com. Our dice trays and vaults are provided by Wormwood, and you can use the code RIVALS for free domestic shipping from wormwoodgaming.com, as Tanya is displaying there. Our dice, which are in said vault, are provided by a Level Up Dice, and we're part of their Diceomancy program. So if you order from them at our affiliate link bit.ly/LUD Rivals of Waterdeep. If you order things, we get points and credit and all that stuff, and then we can get prizes that we can raffle back off to the community as well. So make sure to check out Level Up Dice. Also, Eldritch Foundry. If you enjoy minis, go to eldritch-foundry.com and use the code RIVALSDND for 10% off. And if you like Stormcrow, if you like all kind of cool little geeky things like shirts and cups and masks and all kind of stuff, go to shop.stormcrow.com. I have a little coffee thing here that I use a lot, and my face mask as well that I use when I'm out in Waterdeep, because even Waterdeep has COVID.
Oh
No, no.
It's canon now.
Oh
It
my
is-
God.
It is canon, and I don't think there's any spells that
Oh my God.
that can take care of it. Yeah, if you use the code RIVALS at shop.stormcrow.com, you get 15% off of your purchase. And joining us for the first time as a sponsor of our D&D content, Blue Microphones. So if you go to crew.bluemic.com/rivals, buy some stuff, buy some audio stuff, and we will also get some credit on that as well. So shout out for Blue for sponsoring first our Kids on Bike stuff and others. So shout out to them.
Cool. All right. Just to get it out there, I am terrified and nervous. So hopefully everyone has a good season, and we all don't freeze to death. Because who knows? It might be a little icy where I'm sending you.
I'm about to need a coat.
Yeah, I mean, we live in Chicago. You need a coat anyway.
100%.
All right. So before we get started, who remembers what we did last? Because there was a lot that happened in our in our season finale.
Oh Lord.
It's quite a bit.
Like all of us are like, things happen.
Maybe ask the previous season's GM.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
No idea.
Oh, I remember. Duo wasn't paying bills,
Yes.
so the manor was about to get repo.
That is correct. That was the beginning for sure.
Yep. And this gnome showed up.
Yeah, this gnome from Icewind Dale trying to hawk his goods.
Sold on a lie, because you can't get... Gazrick hasn't had to understand integrity through letter before, but after meeting Duo and understanding the pitfalls of the deal, quickly realized in order to keep his stand, had to take on the accountant role of the manor to keep track of all the funds that had been accrued in Duo's debt.
Mm-hmm.
And then didn't speaking of Duo's debt, he started speaking to a shade who
Yes.
promised them he would pay off the debt, that he would cover it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the spirit that we could only see sometimes.
Yep.
And they were from Icewind Dale, because I believe, right? That was like how we ended up getting transferred.
That's what we later found out. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That's what we found out in the second half of the season. First, it was just some creepy thing that was assigning you different times from clocks and giving you access to different parts of time and space.
Groundhog Daying us, basically.
Through that, one of these clocks led Celeste to Zaraj, our buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a little stabby action.
All right.
Yeah,
Redemption.
A sickly Zaraj who we kind of had a temporary agreement with, but then was broken in the next episode.
Yeah, it lasted one episode.
When-
all of probably like 6 in real world, 6 Waterdeep minutes.
Yeah. And as much as Davil Star Song and the rest of the Black Network tried to make this work, Celise and Rin had some other plans.
Rin just stood there while I was like, "Let me go stab, bro," and you're like, "All right, I'm gonna help you."
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's somewhat what you need, right? That moral support.
yeah, and like like Brandon did do some pretty amazing rolls to sneak behind
True.
Yeah.
Raj, and I mean he ruined it, but the setup was good.
We tried it.
And I
and
promise.
then- yeah, and then after that, then we got transported to Icewind Dale.
Yeah, because we were like, "Ooh, we should go."
Avoid an avalanche. Met up with Hilm Trollsbane, who told us about Sefik, who was there were a bunch of unsolved murders and that there would be a lot of coin in it. So we took that on, and we ended up, after going to Bremen, which is like one of the places, one of the 10 towns. We ended up finding Sefik and Torga. We use Duo's investigative skills and the help of some brains to take out Sefik.
We have one. There's one with us. Duo brought one home.
Yes. We were transported back with all the money, which was more than enough money to pay off the debts of the thing, and we did come back with as a Gazrick named Brian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it Brian or not, or was it the unnamed brains?
Oh no, it was definitely Brian for sure.
Nice.
I mean, if you want to retcon and say that you brought home 5 brains,
No. Brian's the only one we bonded with.
5 like angry mind blasting brains.
No, I played some Baldur's Gate 3. No.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it ended.
I forgot about the brain jars. Damn.
Them brains.
After playing Baldur's Gate, I don't know about all that.
You know, I was like when I was prepping for that lab, so I was trying my best to do like a Krang voice.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I just couldn't do it. It's a really hard voice to do.
That's a tough one, yeah.
It's a really hard voice to do.
What was your source material? Were you using the new like Nickelodeon
Oh no.
TMNT, or are you going 80s classic?
There's only one TMNT that exists to me, and that is 1987, 88, 89. So I was going back to that one. Tough voice to do.
I'm gonna say, if you give the new one a shot, it's not bad.
Oh my god.
We're not sponsored by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Definitely not.
Not yet. Hashtag
No,
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Get in there. Get at us in the comments.
I will get slimed on camera.
All right. Well, before we get in the weeds talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, are we ready for shenanigans?
Yes.
Always.
Always.
That's what scares me with you all. All right. So it's been a couple months since our last adventure. And, everything's kind of got back to normal, well, as normal as it can be for the rivals. In the meantime of getting back from Icewind Dale and present day, Celise received a letter from her order. They were not too happy when they found out what she did, because she did kill Zaraj without honor. She let her anger and her spite and her need for vengeance take over, and they would like to have a word with her. So she is off traveling back to Paladin school, and she's in trouble with the principal. So that's where Celise is for now. The rest of you are just kind of doing your daily thing around Troll Skull Manor. It's been quiet. Duo hasn't caused you any more debts. Gazrick, you've settled in. You're doing your thing. Kind of like Varric in Dragon Age 2. You've settled in very nicely. You've got your merchant stuff going on. And the rest of you, what have you been up to since our last shenaniganry?
Well, Dahani mounted Brian above the entrance to the manor. And he's our new security.
Brian is a sentient thing, though, however. So you nailed a living brain to the wall.
No. Like, he's got like a trophy case.
He's like command strips.
I need to understand this because the brain, if it's the same brain that I'm thinking of, it's very mobile, it's sentient to a degree.
No, it has to be carried though, right?
Okay, yeah, it's a brain in a jar. So
He's like in a jar. He's in a jar.
But I remember Rin broke the jar.
When you cracked it, I got a new one.
Yeah, we found another jar. Sure.
Yeah, I got a new jar.
Okay, so just so I'm understanding, how is a brain in a jar gonna be good for security if it's in a jar?
Well, I mean, we got to experience its wonderful mind blasting abilities last season. So I figure if there's somebody that we don't like, we could just say, "Hey, Brian," and then he mind blasts them.
Well, can I ask, what are Brian's on hours and how
Right.
does he like get to his shit? Because you like, does he just live above the door, or does he like, oh, I'm clocking in, I'm like here now, like?
Dahani didn't think that far ahead.
I mean, like we keep a union household here, Dahani. You can't just sit him up there and be like, "Well, you live here now. You're our servant."
Yeah.
I mean, I would have asked. So I definitely would have asked.
Okay,
I think he would
so
have been very happy to do it.
Shareef, I cannot do the brain jar voice. Do you mind doing that?
Sure.
Because I want you all to role play out this conversation about agreeing to be the brain, to agreeing to be security. I need to see this.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay, so I imagine it goes something similar to like we get back to Trollskull Manor and I ask Brian what he wants to do, but then I also say, "Hey, would you like to be our new security?" So, hey, Brian.
Yep.
How about it? Security?
Well, what exactly does security involve?
So sometimes we get not so savory people coming into the bar. So I imagine that we could station you at a certain point near the door, and if we say, "Hey, Brian, mind blast that person," then you do it.
You know what? It's a lot warmer here, so I don't mind being outside. On one condition, though. Let me decide. Why don't I decide who I mind blast, right? Because you could be busy, so I can see if anybody looks a little sketchy. Maybe you could give me a list of criteria, and then I will make the decision so that I don't have to bother you. If you're asleep and somebody comes to rob the place, you don't want me to wait for you to like not mind blast somebody because you didn't tell me.
That's fair. So you don't have to be outside. Like we could station you inside too. Like I mean, if you're up for it, it's your preference.
Well, if you station me inside, if you could build me a little like place where I could rest, where like you could just lay my jar on like a little, something soft, a little hammock or something.
Totally. I could rig that up for you super quick.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Now, this is subject to like you'll be reviewed. Like if you start mind blasting people who look sketchy but aren't, we're gonna have to redefine the criteria. Because duo,
Well, I already mind blasted you. I mind blasted Rin. Rin tried to kill me, so I think that was valid.
Hey.
True.
Oh wait, actually no, I did not mind blast you. I forgot last season. That was another brain. So I only mind blasted Rin. And that was only self-defense. So I think I'm batting 1,000 right here.
You know what? Fair. But sometimes people look a certain way but aren't. So we'll just talk about it, Like
Yeah.
every so often you'll get like a system update.
I always go by the 3-strike rule, right? Like I should be allowed 2 innocent mind blasts of the wrong person. And then the third one, fine. I'll take the heat. But I should get at least 2.
I I'll talk to everyone else about it and get back to you on that.
Okay, great. I mean, I'm just freezing them. I'm just stunning them. I'm not like, well. I mean, I guess I could kill someone, but it's just like a stun. So it's pretty harmless.
You know, honestly, from my experiences with our group, this really seems normalish. So I'm okay. Do you want to be above the door? Do you want to see the door? Do you want to be on either side of the door? What are you thinking?
I want to see the door because there might be a case where there's somebody in here that starts a fight, or maybe they, start to do something bad. So I can mind blast people inside. So like I don't have to mind, like I want to mind blast people inside, because if they're outside, then they're walking around stunned outside, and they might look like they're just hanging outside. It might look like the wrong element is outside, like they're asking for money or something if they're just stunned
Gotcha.
out there, right? So
Gotcha.
if I stun them in here, then like they can just look stunned or fall to the ground maybe, and somebody can just drag them away. So yeah, inside.
Okay. So I get someone to build the equivalent of like a fish tank on the bar. And that's where Brian lives.
Ooh, I like it. So like so like you're taking him out of the jar and put him in like a.
Well, it's
like a
gonna
big
yeah,
tank.
yeah. We're moving him from his fish bowl to a 20-gallon.
I kind of like that because you're making him into a decoration as well.
Exactly. Enhances the presentation.
That's awesome. I love it.
Wow. Only you all. Only you all.
Mhm.
All right. So while this shenaniganry is going on, and you've now agreed for how Brian the Brain, and that's going to mess me up all season, is security for you all. Ren, what are you doing in Troll Skull Manor? And remember, it's been a couple months. What have you been up to?
I'll say Ren, has been doing a lot of his investigative reporting. He's been doing some more, talking about more subject matters. He has finished his autobiography on Celise. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
She's gonna murder
The
you.
autobiography about Solis.
So
yes.
he is he has shifted to try to get it published by the local publishers. So he is now writing a memoir about Ashbourne now at this point.
Oh.
So he wants to he's doing some more investigative reporting and detective work on her backstory without her knowing. But yeah, he's still being an author. He's still working out. He has now taken up the art of poker. So he's been playing a lot of card games. Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to get the rivals to play with him, but it seems that no one wants to play with him. So he plays with an imaginary friend.
They're with you.
Okay. Okay.
Named Gary Ford. The imaginary friend is named Gary Ford.
Sweet. The return.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are gonna curse me with that line. The DM will remember that. All right. So, what are you doing at this moment?
Oh, okay. So, Ren is like cleaning the manor because he wants to try to see if we can get some more clients to stay at the manor so we can start making money again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dahani, what have you been up to beside training Brian the Brain, and what are you doing at this moment?
At this moment, given that it's been quite a few months since I left home, I'm probably writing a letter to my flock back in Chult.
Okay.
Just like hey, it's been a minute, it's alive, got a long-term-ish gig, not coming back. Hope everybody's fine. Love Dahani. Because she's probably gonna get sent off soon.
Okay. Gazrick, what are you doing now that you have taken over kind of the business dealings of Troll Skull Manor?
I think you see like Gazrick kind of sitting at the front desk. He could see his stand from here. It's there, but there's not any customers right now. And he's just like kind of looking over the books that are present. It's like, so obviously we had no guests stay with us last month, so that's the cleaning costs will be incurred against the ongoing costs of new food. Plus, I had to build the feeding tank for Brian, and you look over, and now there's like it's like a Gazrick has constructed what looks to be a reverse dunk tank, where there's like a bullseye that Brian can brain blast, and when he does it, like food drops into the tank for him.
I love
It's
it.
like fish flakes. Because I was like, how else could he feed himself? Because he can't get out, but he can mind blast, right? So yeah, it's like a reverse dunk tank for food. And so I was like, yes, I have to construct all the 2x4 and everything for that. Okay. All right. So the rivals currently owe me in for my actuarial work roughly 250 dragons added to the debt. Okay. And so he's just like sitting there going over the books at the front desk.
Okay. All right, so while you're at the front desk, Gazrick, you look up when you hear the door open. And in strides a tiefling that looks a little too at home in this place to just be a guest. What do you do?
Looks up, closes the book, says, hello friend, welcome to Troll Skull Manor. Do you need a place to stay for this evening?
Who are you?
I'm Gazrick Nomred. I run the business side of things here at Troll Skull Manor. Who are you? Is this not... Did you not
Who
come
am
to
I?
stay?
Is Celise here? Is Rin here?
Oh, whoa. Okay, a big fan of the rivals. I see. All right. Well, let me, if I could entice you. And he like kind of puts his hand behind Shaka's back and walks them to the tray of figurines and action figures that have been made in honor of the rivals and their deeds. As we have many a collectible. I could see a fan from a mile away. You really appreciate the history of the organization. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any figures that look like tieflings? In your list of figures there?
I mean, it goes down and it's like, well, there's Ashbourne, here's Knock Knock, here is, we even got one made for Duo for the kids. The kids love him. I don't get it. Any of these to your fancy? We've got Rin in workout gear. We've got Rin in evening wear. Like,
Hey.
You seem to be missing a rival here.
look, I know, and it's a pretty big deal. We've been waiting to get it right, but I just didn't like my likeness when they made it. So it will get added. I know.
Well, my name is Shaka. I have been with the rivals for a long time, but I've been in Avernus with Ashbourne actually.
Oh, I think when the word Shaka comes across, like, that piques Gazrick's ears because like the name's been thrown around. It's not like you disappeared, right? Well, I mean, you did disappear, but it's not like your name was a curse. Like people still talked about you, so brought it up, and you see Gazrick go, oh, you, I see. Okay, sorry, put foot in mouth for a moment. Welcome home. Please let me grab everyone else. Do you need anything? Your room is still where it is.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, there's Duo put a lot of crap in there. He's and then I just kind of like take out his bag and like walk him up to the space. It's like, oh, how was Avernus? Also, I'm Gazrick. I'm new. It's nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you too. It was really hot, but we slayed many devils. but I am back. And like the whole time I'm talking to you, I'm looking around because I'm trying to see if I can spot anybody I know. So I'm kind of looking around, and I basically say like, well, there was a like a bird that I came back and saw a while back.
Like, how big was this bird? Was it like a crow? Was it a raven? Was it
No,
an
it was
eagle?
no, it was a pretty big bird. Yeah, she was like we like went to this house and she was like a bodyguard there. I don't know.
Oh, an Aerococra. I see. Tahani. Yes, her room's right ahead. And then Rin's actually right here. And I like kind of we're on the second floor and I like knock on the door, and like push it open. Is Rin, are you like in your room?
I'm there. I am in the room, hanging out.
And says, oh, I think I brought a friend. And I like kind of move out of the way.
Oh, Shaka! Where
What's
have you
up?
been? You missed out. You're supposed to be cleaning. I told you the last time you were here, you're supposed to be cleaning in the manor, and I had to do all this work by myself. And he hands him the broom. He's like, go sweep the stairs.
You know what? I'm gonna shake my head and I'm gonna grab the broom. And I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna grab the broom and leave.
I see. This is good. The work has been. I've been doing a lot of the custodial duties, but now I see that was your role on the team. It's nice.
It was not my only role on the team, but it's a collaborative effort here in the manor.
I see.
I'm glad you're handling the books though, because duo.
Yeah, who left that guy in charge?
I was gone. I'm completely blameless. But I'm sure nothing happened while I was gone with the manor or money or anything like that. So we're
Definitely not. No.
No. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk to my room with the broom. Yeah.
I think when I hear Rin yelling, I'm gonna poke my head out of my own door and like, what's going on?
Oh, that's the bird I was talking about.
Okay, that's not bird. That's
Bird.
Aerococra. Oh, okay.
I mean, we're just big birds.
Yeah.
Just
It's not like a
birds.
bad thing to like say, Gazrick.
I mean, look.
I am a very large bird.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you're
Hey,
what's been going?
Shaka.
Yes, Shaka. Yeah, we met once. You seem like
Only
you
once.
seem like you were down with the crew. And
Everybody's super cool.
and you're still here, which is great.
Yeah. Am I not supposed to be?
No, just sometimes things happen, and I know we get into some weird adventures, so just wanted to make sure that it wasn't too strange for you.
Oh, no. It's
being around
exactly what I was looking for.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks.
are you here for a long time?
I don't know, but I'm here for now. I just needed to come back and see my peoples.
Awesome.
And hopefully nothing will happen hopefully nothing happened while I was gone. That was outside of when I last saw you. I know that hopefully that all got like wrapped up. I remember like the manor got taken over by somebody, and we were trying to figure out Davius.
Davius, yeah.
So I'm assuming all that got taken care of, and y'all just been chilling since then, right? You just been relaxing.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Everything has been completely fine. We didn't go into debt or anything. It's great.
Great.
So as Tahani says that, you hear this cackle from the jar that's like over in this area. And you just hear this laughter like, sure, fine. Everything was fine. That's why I'm here, right? Because you didn't like go anywhere and have to save your manor, right? You hear this like wobbly voice from behind the brain jar wall and water.
Oh, that's Brian. He's got a great sense of humor. I feel like you'll get along great.
Brian?
Yes.
Where's Brian?
Oh,
is it a
there.
person? Is it a what is it?
Is it Brian the Brain?
Oh, the thing in the tank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's. I thought it was just a fancy decoration.
Hey, I'm not a decoration.
Oh, well, hey.
Yeah, Brian can hear you, so don't be rude.
It speaks.
Hey,
I'm
Brian.
not an it.
He speaks. He's Brian. He's the brain in the tank.
Well, the last time I interacted with you, you froze me. So
You
I
threw
can
me
call you
on the
whatever-
ground. No, you threw me on the
guess-
ground. You
That
tried to
was
break my
because
tank.
I tripped over a rock.
It's not my fault. You're
possibly.
clumsy.
Everyone makes a face upon hearing that.
You
Okay, fine.
and Brian like pulls back the mind blast he was about to do.
Ooh, not again.
You sassed the brain. You go get it.
Okay, I will respect you, Brian, but I have my eye on you because I am still jaded from when I was ready to get into a battle and I was frozen for several minutes.
Well, maybe that will teach you to be nice to brains, and at least you have eyes.
How many brains do you run into as a person?
Well, I was a
Me.
person once.
Okay. I still have my eye on you, just in case.
Well,
You-
I got
I'm gonna-
that. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Brian, and I'm gonna say, since you're a brain, do you like puzzles?
No. No.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
Sorry, I just made an assumption. I'm sorry. That was probably a bad assumption to make. I thought maybe you like. You know,
Are you judging
it's
me
a brain-
because
it's
I'm a
brainy
brain?
thing to do. It's a brainy thing to do, I would think. You know, but no, you're right. There are there's diversity amongst brains. I apologize. I was just hoping I had maybe a little puzzle buddy.
Oh no.
And I guess I do.
You see that little dark patch on the side? That was from figuring out puzzles. Especially like in the last 8 weeks. I mean, if he had fingers, he would point. Obviously, he doesn't. He's a brain.
Okay, and like Shaka kind of has a clear look of disappointment and embarrassment on his face. He turns around. Well, I'm gonna go check out my room. Hopefully it's all in the same place. Hopefully everything's in the same place, and I'm gonna go. I imagine I'm still holding the broom at this point.
I mean, you could be, but once you get to your room, do an investigation check and tell me what you roll.
sure.
I'm gonna roll against you.
17.
Oh,
First roll.
the dice like you, because I was rolling against you to see what I got. Your room is not a total disaster, but Duo has used it as storage.
Oh God.
You know, there's like, you ever like see a toy store when there's stocking shelves during the holidays?
Ooh.
There's like boxes and boxes. Like your closet entrance is blocked. There's stuff like on the other side of the bed. And basically, it's going to probably be about a half a day's work to clear out your room. Well, all the action figures that Gazrick is getting made, none of which say Shaka, by the way. There's no Shaka anything.
Apparently not. I know. I'm gonna have a discussion with him after I get out this room. But
I didn't sign a release form. I'm not going to get sued for not having a release form.
yeah, I'm imagining that it looks like those like pop-up toy stores that come in the holiday where there's just, like, stacks on stacks of them joints. Yeah, well, like I just look at my room, I sigh. I sigh, but I'm also kind of like, maybe I'll find something like a diamond in the rough kind of cool thing in here. So I'm like upset that it's messy, but low-key excited that I might find something in the mess that, that only I would take pleasure in, that somebody else would think is like garbage. But I'm like, cool, a ruler. Or
Oh my
something like that.
god. Actually, you know what? Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
Not only do you find a ruler, you find like a yardstick and a box of Rivals of Waterdeep branded puzzles.
Ooh.
And
Rivals branded puzzles.
Rivals
Wow.
branded puzzles. Like, there's a sphere that looks like the sphere you all went into that time.
Ooh.
There's like a 100-piece puzzle that, if you assemble it right, it'll be like a group shot of the rivals.
All right.
And there's like finger puzzles and other little random stuff, but it's all Rivals branded. And it seems like, of all the boxes that you noticed in the room, that one jumped into your line of sight.
Oh man, Shaka is so happy. First thing he's gonna do is he's gonna squirrel these away in the closet because he thinks these are things that Gazrick is gonna sell. So he's squirreling these things away in the closet. Oh, maybe he forgot about these.
Oh my god.
So he's squirreling these away in the closet for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just got back, so it's not like you have to do it right now. And, you know, if you find Duo, you could actually put Duo to work. Be like,
oh, Shaka's doing it right now.
Okay. So you're cleaning up your own room then?
Well, like those things he's cleaning up, but after he puts those away, he is kind of he's like goes out his room and kind of shouts Duo's name and sees if he gets a response.
You get a response, and there's a little tired looking kobold that like runs up, and he's like, "Yeah, oh, Shaka, you're back."
Yeah. What's up? You still good at cleaning rooms?
Yeah, that's all I've been doing for the last couple of months. They won't let me do anything else.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Hopefully that's not because you got them into a whole season of misadventure.
A season? What's a season?
I don't know. It's, you know, fall, winter, spring. Well, they have different names in Waterdeep, but I forgot the name.
Well, I mean, you
cold
see,
and hot and warm and cool.
Yeah. Well, at that Duo just kind of he makes that, you know, like when little kids look guilty and they know that they hadn't done something wrong, but they're doing their best not to tell you. That is the look Duo has on his face right now.
Well, Duo, have you been using my room for storage?
No.
Can you move this stuff like somewhere else? Because I know you probably didn't think I was coming back. I know I kind of surprised y'all, but now that I am here, I would like to use my room. So, I mean, it's a pretty big manor. Can you find some other place for this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Celise hasn't been around in a while, but she might stab me.
Oh, don't put it in Celise's room because she might blame me. So
why would she blame you?
Well, if she knows it was in here and then she sees it in there, she might think I moved it in there. Yeah. So just like find like another room or a closet or something, and can you just get rid of this stuff so I can lay down at least?
Sure. So
Thank you.
So Duo's gonna get busy doing that, but you'll be in his way if you stay in the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the room.
So, you know, Shaka's back. It's been a couple months. So are you all gonna like get together? What is it you want to do? Because surprise, Shaka's home, and I'm sure you want to hear what he went through in Avernus. But you know, what does Shaka feel like doing?
Is this like the morning?
It's like
evening?
if you requested it, you could get some food made, but it's like shortly after breakfast, but there's still a couple hours till lunch.
Okay. I mean, I would just want to get everybody in a room and just see if there's anything that, you know, I'm excited to tell them about kind of what like I saw, and I want to hear about what they've been like going through. At the same time, I kind of want to learn more about Gazrick and Dahani as well. So it's kind of like I want to hear about what the people I know did, and also kind of do like a bit of a temperature check on these two new people to make sure that they're okay.
Okay. All right,
so yeah, I just want everybody in like a big group just talking. But I know, like, depending on how busy the manor is, I don't know how feasible that is, but like that's what I would like to do.
Oh, the manor's not busy at all because it's tourist season comes and goes in Waterdeep, and there's not a lot going on right now. So when you come downstairs, everyone's kind of in like I was gonna say the kitchen, but that wouldn't be right. Everyone is in this central area where you all normally would sit and eat as a group when you're not out adventuring. So everybody's just kind of chilling. Ren is taking a break from cleaning. Dahani's keeping an eye on the brain just in case he decides to mind blast somebody that shows up. Because you showed up, they don't know who else might walk in. And, yeah, everybody's just chilling at the table for now, doing their thing.
All right. So I'm gonna look around and like I say, so I know it can't be that nothing happened. You're all alive. I don't know where Celise is, but you all. So, what's going on? What's like some of the coolest things that have happened since I last saw you?
There's
Do
been
you
a lot.
mean
Like
Do you
I'm like
mean-
looking at Ren too. Absolutely. I'm looking directly at Ren.
Well, do you see how buff I've gotten?
I do.
Recognize these guns?
I do not. I'm assuming that you're doing it for yourself. Like you're not doing it to impress anybody.
No,
Is
I'm
it
doing it for
self-journey?
my self journey because it's making me feel good about myself, and I don't have to rely on anybody to make me feel good about myself.
Good. That's great. That's a great message. Great.
But do you
message,
think
yeah.
I look great?
I think you look awesome. I think you look
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm glad you said that because I needed someone to tell me that I look great.
Oh, so like I look around and like say y'all aren't telling Ren like y'all aren't giving him some positive messaging.
No, we tell him. He just doesn't. It's like he's like, yes, acknowledges it, but it doesn't matter because he's not saying it to himself in his heart. Like, look at the size of his bicep. It's literally the size of my head. Like,
It's
that's
big.
it's very impressive. Yes.
It is
Uh,
huge.
And I tell you every day, wow, look at that great work. And you're like, oh, thanks, Gazrick, nice. And then the next day you ask me again, do I look good? I just like,
Because I want to hear it as much as possible so I know that I'm doing good work.
you look great, all right? You're putting all of us to shame. You're working very hard.
Okay.
So when you say cool, do you mean like super awesome cool, or do you mean like temperatures lower than 32 degrees cool? Because I could tell you about both.
I don't know what a degree is, but I'm assuming that's a pretty low temperature. I'm guessing.
Yeah, like super awesome cool
Yeah.
or snow
No,
cool.
we like only use Celsius in Avernus, so I don't know.
Oh my God.
You know, my degree Celsius.
Degrees
So-
Celsius. I didn't say Fahrenheit.
Well, you know, I mean, you kind of insinuated Fahrenheit, you know, so.
Yeah, I think fine.
Yeah. I mean, just anything interesting. I mean, I know I've had a lot of interesting things in my times here in Waterdeep, so I'm just curious what's been going on with the city. You know, y'all look pretty relaxed, so it seems like y'all have solved something big or done a lot of big things. So what is the thing? What have y'all done lately?
Well, we went to Icewind Dale.
That's where I'm
Icewind
from.
Dale?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
people actually live up there?
Yes, quite a few. There's 10 towns. It's a name of a collection of towns in the area. It's very nice.
I mean, yeah, I know some people go up there to trade, but that place, like, I mean, who would ever be from that place? Like, that place is like in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it's the reason why I'm staying here right now. I'll be honest, it's much warmer, much more preferable climate. I don't need to wear long underwear everywhere I go.
Wait, are you from there?
Yes, yeah,
And you're here?
yes.
Why?
Because someone needs to make sure the rivals are above board, man. Your books are terrible. Duo was running you into the ground. He basically pulled a fast one on me and told me I could set up my trading post inside the manor. And then I found out you all were riddled with debt, which now has become my debt. But it's getting taken care of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure everybody appreciate you helping us out with the numbers. That's great.
Of course.
Um,
Also, I do magic sometimes, but mainly it's about book balancing.
The magic of book. So
Yes,
you
honestly,
balance the books with magic.
yes, it's the only way that it honestly gets done. It's called
Magic of Book Balancing by Gazrick Nomrand. Look for it in Waterdeep
That
bookstores
sounds like a
today.
great book.
For the
That's a
record,
great
it's just money laundering. That's the magic. Money laundering. The trading stalls front.
Yeah, well, that sounds interesting. I mean, I don't know if it compares to me and Ashbourne riding around on a freaking dragon. That's her mom, torching devils, going from different levels of Avernus, dumping people in the river Styx. You know, with some pretty cool times.
Oh,
You know,
geez, don't rub it in.
I
I
mean, it
mean,
was pretty
it
awesome.
really. None
It
of
was
us were
pretty
making
awesome.
a competition. Like you came in with a story topper. Like just tell us about the story, man.
Well, like I wanted to bury the lead a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
But consider it firmly burnt.
um, but yeah, no, it was just like when you're a tiefling in like Avernus, like a lot of people, they're so used to seeing infernal beings, that I didn't feel that much like that like that adversity and that assumption of being bad that I do here.
Mhm.
Because in Avernus, they just assume that like everybody's bad, So like I'm on equal footing, with like everybody. And yeah, it was just really cool, just like getting to know Ash more. And man, we really had some battles. So that's one of the reasons I'm back is because literally when it was almost nonstop fighting, like when we've been over there. And but like we like got to like a pretty good place, and like like Ash, she like noticed I was a little down, but we knew that at least one of us had to stay, maintain the order that we established there, with like Haramon dead and some other folks. So I decided to come back and not quite a vacation, but chill a little bit and get to know y'all, not have to sweat every 5 minutes, not have blood red skies and rivers that drive you mad, all those little things. I have a bigger appreciation for the for the small things in life. So that's my story.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Not doesn't look like much has changed. I mean, there is a brain, but that seems like in like Gazrick, who I don't know. So yeah, it's this is cool. This is cool.
Nice. Well, I mean, since you're back and you're kind of on vacation and kind of not, what's something you've missed from Waterdeep? What is there some food you want? Is there some place you want to go? How can we make your first day back special?
I want to be able to sleep in my bed. That's about it, man. I just want to.
Alright.
It's hard to sleep in Avernus, man. It's really hard.
Oh, yeah?
So the one thing I miss is just sleeping in my Troll Skull Manor bed, with no distractions. That's what I miss.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's part of my idea of a vacation is sleeping.
You are very, very easy to please because you still have a bed that was not sold. And yeah, just go at it, my guy.
Oh, I'm not familiar with this my guy thing. Is
My
that
guy,
like
it's very
is that like a
common
new
in
Waterdeep
Icewind
thing?
Dale. You go, my buddy, my guy, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my guy.
That sounds so weird.
It does sound very
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go try to take a nap. Well, I'm gonna wait until Duo finishes cleaning out the room. And I'm gonna take a nap. Oh, so I'm heading back up stairs.
Ren, don't you want to get that broom back from Shaka that you like just shoved in his hand as soon as he walked in.
Yeah. So I stomped.
He's just been
I
carrying it.
stomp in the room. I was like, Shaka, did you finish sweeping the stairs?
Yeah, I do.
You have to talk. Have a seat, sir.
Talk later. I'm tired.
You're right.
I have to talk.
Also, your room is not cleared out. Duo's not that fast. He's just one little kobold shuffling boxes around.
So-
I have found a little spot on the bed, like a little
Just
corner,
body space.
and I'm like curled up.
You can talk and lay down.
in like the little quadrant of the bed. Okay. As long as I don't got to get up, let's talk.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been going through a lot of things, and I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about my life with the rivals, and like you've been the one who's been around for a long time, and seen all the stuff, but like I feel that like there's something wrong with them, like in my head.
Oh man, no, look, man, we all been going through a lot. Well, we all have our issues for sure, but it's justifiable, man. We've been through different planes of existence. We battled all kind of monsters. We've lost people, but we've become a family, like we've gained each other. So just know that if you feel like there's anything wrong, that you can just talk to us,
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like this is serious though. This is like seriously like in my head. Like I don't always feel comfortable talking about it because I don't know what it is, but it's like, it explains a lot of how I feel and my actions. Like, I went off and got married to somebody I only knew for a day, and I become friends with like inanimate objects and frogs and stuff, and I just hear voices in my head sometimes, and I don't know what to do about that.
Well, I mean, there's definitely people in Waterdeep that you could talk to. Like, if you don't feel comfortable talking to us, like, there's definitely, like professionals in the city that, offer that as a service that just lets you talk and get your stuff out. So, yeah, I understand that you might not want to talk to us because of our relationship already, but yeah, there's the people in the city, I'm sure, that like you could talk to about it.
Well, I would like to go, but would you go with me for the first time? Okay.
Sure.
But I don't want to tell anybody about this because I don't want anybody to think that's something.
Oh no, I understand, man. It will just be between us for now.
Okay. Well, to not make people think that we're talking about something serious, I have to yell at you really quickly. I'm sorry. Okay, Shaka. Now since you're finished, go to bed. Okay, we'll talk later.
Okay, great cover.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna assume. Will the DM allow that somehow Duo did not hear this conversation?
Duo is so deep in the back of the closet trying to dig out the rest of the stuff that you didn't even know was in there. And like, I'm going to say that a coat fell on his head. And he was so busy trying to get out of this coat of yours that no sound got through.
Thank God, because he would spill it to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I mean, Duo already almost put y'all in the street, so no, Duo can't overhear anything. All right, so while this shenaniganry has been happening, what are you doing to Hani and Gazrick?
I'm instructing Brian that Shaka is not to be mind casted. And I guess just, I don't know. I'm getting food. I'm gonna food. Gonna do that.
You're gonna make food or eat food?
I'm gonna make food.
Okay. Gazrick, are you back at your desk now that Shaka has wandered off for a nap?
I think I moved into the kitchen, and so while Tahani is making whatever they're making, I've got the table sort of with all the papers laying out. and I'm reaching out and I'm saying, so I'm just going to compare your use of likeness contract for Shaka's that I need to draw up because I feel real bad. We didn't have any figurines made of him. So I'll just have to talk to the distributor, send him a picture. But I need him to sign this first to say it's okay, and that if he dies, it's possible for his soul to be trapped in any of his figurines, which is just like a small bylaw.
Wait a minute, is that in all of ours?
Yeah, you guys signed it. It's an addendum 7 on page 8.
What?
And this is why we read contracts.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's so many of them. The likelihood of a small portion of your soul going into one, you're flooding the market. You'll be fine.
But isn't that like super dark?
I mean, you just heard about the dude who came from Avernus and walking around talking about how it's not that bad. It's a shade of gray, maybe.
All right. Well, if I don't die before it's contract renewal time, we're some amendments.
Okay, yeah, no, and we've only got 6 more years on this current one, and then as soon as it's done, we can make it through. Honestly, we're getting a lot in our kickbacks, so that's like been really key. It was kind of a give and take we needed.
You know what? We've got no head for finances and official things, so I will trust you on this. But now that I know that is a thing, I will be letting everyone else know. I will be asking for contract amendments at the end of when it's time to renew, because I did not read that.
Well, I'm going to say it. Good for contract amendments. Hear you. I honestly thought you all knew because it was in the who doesn't read the contract, all right? Who doesn't?
Just skimmed it. Like I saw my name.
Just skimmed it. Okay.
Zahani, kickbacks.
Yes.
10%. Sign. That's so maybe I take some blame in this, but now that I know, there's going to be some changes.
And also, it was addendum 7 on page 8, so it could have been higher up on the document. I'll move it to the top of Shaka's as I'm drafting his.
That's good because people will only read like the first 2 or 3 paragraphs before they just scroll. They'll unravel the scroll of later about them and then send it.
See, I feel like I should use this more because I read every word. That's my whole business. I sit there and I read and I catch all of it. Man, I could really hustle more people if I thought about it. Like if people sign, no, I'm spending too much time around Duo. I need to just be a little more honest in our business dealings.
Here, have a sandwich.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Wow, thanks for not agreeing to sell my soul. Here's a sandwich. I feel like this could only show up in Rivals. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at something in the chat.
Sandwiches for everybody.
Yeah.
Sandwiches for everyone. All right, while you all are enjoying sandwiches, you hear the door open, and you also hear Brian yell out, "Who goes there? Hey, bird lady, can I blast this one?"
I sandwich in hand, I go outside. I go out into the main room to see who it is.
All right, so it's someone in a traveler's cloak. They seem to be in a hurry, and they just pulled their hood back when they heard the brain in the jar talk. And they're looking around like, where'd that voice come from? Because they don't see you immediately. And they're looking around going, blast who? And Brian, I keep wanting to say the brain. Brian, I don't know how, but Brian hops so that you can hear him and know he's there. It's like me. I'm the one who said it. Why does everyone ignore the brain in the jar? And they look up. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, as I come out with my sandwich in hand, I'm like, first of all, my name is Dahani. I've told you this several times. Secondly, person who's just entered. How can we help you?
They pull their hood back and they're looking around. They're glad to see you, and then they go, "Oh, I don't see many Aarakocra. Hello. I'm looking for Gazrick. I heard Gazrick Nomrad is here."
Who shall I say is calling?
I'm from 10 Towns in Icewind Dale. And I've got...
Again.
And I've got a very important message and request for him. And I'll be happy to tell you my name as soon as I sit down. I've been traveling for a month. It's been a very long way.
Yeah, that's a... Okay, we'll have a seat. Brian, no mind blasting this one. Would you like a sandwich?
Sure, and some ale or some hot cider would be great.
Wonderful. I'll be right back. And I toddle on into the kitchen. Hey, Gazrick.
Yes.
There's someone outside looking for you that claims to be from 10 Town with an important message. Also, can you take them this mug of ale?
Yes. Okay. Wait, how did they get here? Did they travel all the way from Tin Town?
Yeah, says they've been traveling for about a month.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Which seems about right.
Seems a lot to send someone this far for a message. God, I hope I'm not getting served. And he like hops on down and like grabs the ale and then walks out.
And Honey's gonna poke her head out of the door and sneakily, not so sneakily, look at what's going on.
Are you trying to be stealthy about this at all?
No.
Okay. Because I was going to make you roll if you were.
Nah, not at all.
When I see this individual, do I recognize them in any way? Is there like, or are they just? Yeah. I don't know. Would I roll history in some capacity, or is it like?
Give me history, and then depending on what you roll, we'll decide if you know them or not. Although I kind of want to make it so they're serving you now that you said that. Rule number 1: don't give the DM ideas.
Yeah, sorry. I got a 17, 14 plus 3.
Okay, so they look familiar once you get a good look at them. Mm-hmm. They're from one of the 10 towns, and you would have seen them growing up in Icewind Dale. And you know that they're not the kind of person that would have made this long trek just because, especially not just to serve anybody a message or anything else. If they're here, it's important.
That's a long journey. That's a really long trip. Says, yeah, my friend, hello. Welcome to Troskal Manor. Have you been offered the room already?
No. And you notice that she is elven, darker brown skin, grayish green eyes, black hair pulled back in a bun, and her name is Sierra. Mm. And she's really glad to see you. Not enough to like run over and hug you because she notices Dahani like not being stealthy at all, and she doesn't know these people. She's like, that Aarakocra's watching me. I'm gonna play it cool. It's like, Gazrick, it's so good to see you.
Sierra, it's lovely to see you again. Sorry, I have no other way of saying this, but why are you here? Why aren't you like? What brings you all the way to Troskal Manor, away in Waterdeep, away from our home?
She starts shedding like all her extra layers because it's been chilly up until she got there. So, do you remember Revel's End? It's that prison we were always warned that we could wind up in if we weren't good as kids.
Yes, if you sneak out too late, you'll end up in Revel's End. Oh, don't go near that cave. That's how you go to Revel's End. Yeah.
So, the Arcane Brotherhood seems to have infiltrated both our town and a lot of the other 10 towns. And from what I hear, one of them is in Rebel's Tower, or correctly. They're in Rebel's Tower and they're trying to get out, but they're also willing to strike a bargain. The problem is you got to kind of get in a Rebel's Tower to get to them, but you also have to get back to 10 towns. And the person who gave me this is willing to talk to people, but it only could be someone from our town, which is why she sent me all the way here. Because it's not a short ride, let me tell you.
Someone from the Arcane Brotherhood
Yes.
wants to talk to me.
No, not quite the Arcane Brotherhood. They've reached out to Duvessa Shane. And she's the one that will be our go-between. But she wouldn't talk to anyone that wasn't originally from Icewind Dale.
And she is currently in Rebel Tower. Okay.
Yeah. No, she is in 10 towns.
I see.
And Valish Gant? Does that name ring a bell?
I'm going to roll another history to see if it does.
Doggos can roll too. Doggos get to play.
I got a 19 on this one.
So what you find out
Yeah.
is that, or what you remember, I should say, is that Valish Gant is a member of the Arcane Brotherhood who's currently imprisoned at Revel's End, and he has information to share. Basically, he wants to narc to get out on good behavior, or get his sentence commuted.
Uh-huh.
And Duvessa might be willing to hear him out, but it's kind of a tricky proposition because not only do you have to go back home for a while, you got to wind up in this prison. And you got to do it in a way that nobody suspects you of actually working for her.
I listen to all of this, the explanation, and I mean, this is tricky. The Arcane Brotherhood, they hold a lot of power. They could do a lot to try and get him out forcefully. Sounds like he almost wants to defect and get out of there away from the Arcane Brotherhood, which could make him an even greater target.
Yeah.
Sierra, this is all very serious.
Yeah.
But I hate to say this, I don't live in 10 towns right now. I'm from Icewind Dale, but clearly I reside in Waterdeep.
Yeah. But you're from Icewind Dale. That's the difference.
I don't want this to be my problem, you see, and I feel like you're trying to make it my problem, and I feel guilt about it being my problem now, because now I know about the situation. Look, you've had a long trip. You've gone through a lot. Let me think about it. I'll talk to the other rivals over dinner. Sierra, there must have been somebody else.
There could have been other people, but you forget Gazrick. And she taps the pouch at her hip. Mm-hmm. You're also well known for other things back home. I could also make this more of a business trip if you'd like.
Well, that definitely sweetens the pot significantly. Yes. If now it's a economic excursion for the betterment of our company. Look, Rivals is looking to get into different fields of work as it is. Negotiations, brokerage. This could be in line. I could spin this. But what let me talk to them. Let me talk to the rest of the group. either way, it's very clear this is a job that is too big for even myself. It will need help to get in and get out. Not to mention to get back to Icewind Dale. We can't just have that shade isn't around anymore. We can't just teleport over.
And at that, she just smiles. Who said you couldn't?
Okay, great. There's even more. Look, Sierra, this is great. I love the dramatic effect, but these details make it easier for me to budget and plan how much time and economic. It's it's fine. Okay, here's a room. And Tahani, I know you heard half of that, but yeah, let me talk to my associate, and I like walk away, and
I stick my head back. I like disappear. I'm gone.
Oh, and she just raises the mug at you and gives you that smile like, oh, you think there's a choice. That's so cute.
I do not see the smile over my shoulder as I
Oh,
walk
no.
away. Yeah, just like,
But,
sorry, yeah.
it basically is, you could go with me willingly, or...
I think there's a level of like understanding, like it's such a long journey to get here just to tell me. It really does feel like now this has become my burden, and I like tell Tahani this, like, so yeah, let's grab Rin and we can fill in Shaka a little bit if he wants to get involved. I know he just got here and wanted to be on vacation for a little bit.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. What better vacation than the heat of Avernus, than the cool of Icewind Dale?
Yes, but he might go into shock. Honestly, like that's such a harsh transition after seeing.
Not if we're adequately dressed. We know what we're going into.
This time, yes, you all do. You are on board? You're okay with disrupting this underground organization from gaining more control over my hometown?
Yeah, we've kind of been through stuff like that back home. So, ancient liches wanting to come back from the dead or the undead and take over the whole world. I get it. Like,
yeah, no, it's good that you guys have been there, because it might be, I don't know if that's what's happening now, but some experience is helpful. Okay, can you help Sierra get settled in for her short stay? I'll go tell Rin and Shaka what's happening, and see if they want to come along.
I can do that.
So, and then I kind of dip off and relay that information to Rin and Shaka, and ultimately just be like, so yeah, that's the way things are. Do you all want to come along? It might be a bit of a trip. It seems like it's you I know, Shaka, you're trying not to work, and it's turning into work.
I'm like, are you in my room while I'm curled up on the bed?
Oh yeah, I definitely. I just like held Rin by like the hand and like walked him in here, and we're just standing in front of you as you're still sleeping, or like with your covers up.
Yeah. So like Duo's moving stuff back and forth. I'm assuming he's out of the sweater trap. So I open my eye because I hear rumbling around. I open my eyes and just see, like, are you just like staring at me?
Yes.
Oh God.
I'm like, hey, thanks for waking me. What's up?
Now I can just drink this water. Perfect. Sets it down, and yes, and I explain a little bit about Sierra, the demand from the Arcane Brotherhood. I ask Rin, I was like, do you know anything about them? Has your study of magics come across? I don't know if their reach is outside of Icewind Dale at all, but from where I'm from there, it's mainly whispers and rumors.
I haven't heard of this.
Actually,
Nice.
Ren, give me a knowledge history or knowledge magic. And if you roll high, I'm going to open up D&D Beyond, who keeps us rolling. Because I don't know it off the top of my head. If you don't roll high, we're safe.
Let's see. I got a 4.
You, we're safe, but I've got it open just in case I need it. So you know the word arcane and you know the word brotherhood. You have no idea how they go together and what Gazrick is talking about.
Sounds typical.
Yep.
I don't know what this means, Godric. I don't know any of these words. But
Okay,
I would love to find out. And I'll go with you if you want me to go. I'll go.
Oh, thank you. I think it could be good, and honestly, you might get some more content out of some of your books. We're going back to Tenstown, so you can talk to some people about what they saw Celise do. If you want to create any like additional chapters.
Yes, we could write a murder mystery on how Celise almost got murdered, but she was saved by me.
Yes, I love this tie-in. We'll get some more action figures made to your
Yes.
likeness. We'll get like a little cap and a magnifying glass for you.
Yes.
Oh, this is good.
Yes, this is gonna be a trilogy series. I can't wait to figure out the title of this murder mystery.
Ooh, and then Shaka, if you're interested, since you like these brain games, we could make you so you're like Rin's sidekick as your.
Yes,
So,
Sherlock Holmes and the other guy. Even
I'm
though
sorry,
they don't,
what? Who's
I
that?
Other
a
guy.
character that I just made up that I think that would be a good series.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
I
Sherlock
like it.
Holmes. Yeah,
It
I
feels-
think
I don't know.
that's
The
great.
name
Like
doesn't
a
really
good-
have a ring. Doesn't really have a ring to it.
I think it's gonna be a multi-million-dollar seller.
We could get an elven man to play the role. Someone who's
Yeah.
got weird features. Yeah,
It'll be
yeah, I see
fine.
it.
We can make it happen. People will be talking about it for years.
Well, whatever you want to do, can we just leave tonight or tomorrow so I can get some sleep?
We should let him leave. We should
Yeah, yes. Okay, yeah, we can definitely. We'll leave in the morning. I imagine our travel is going to be very quick, but might still be unpleasant.
Travel's gonna be quick. That place is far away.
Yeah, but Sierra made it seem like she has a magic portal to get us there fast.
Okay.
I do
You-
love myself some portals.
All right.
should-
Thanks for the talk. Let me sleep now.
Close his door. Close his door so he can sleep. We'll just come back in 2 minutes.
Good night, sweet prince. May you rest gently. And walks out.
Wow, it's going to be a short season because Shaka's going to just murder everyone because it won't let him sleep.
Or I might just sleep through the whole adventure. Like I just sleep
We're like
all-
deuces.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoy that ice and cold. I'm gonna get a nap. Just let me chill.
The optional objective for us: don't let Shaka sleep. Shaka's main objective: sleep for 20 minutes. Just get 20 minutes.
Right, like can I get a cat nap, something, a tiefling nap? All right, so poor Shaka's finally getting a nap because like he got here, got all this stuff dumped on him, literally had to watch as his kobold cleaned out his room that had been used as storage, and y'all didn't let him have 5 minutes before you're like, guess what? We're going to Icewind Dale, and he's like, what? I just got here.
What?
All right,
Out of vacation?
right? Like, I'm a tiefling. Why are we trying to go to Chicago? I mean, Icewind Dale. I'm sorry. So, Shaka's finally getting a nap. Are you all... So, what are you doing? Because it doesn't sound like Gazrick is super excited to see Sierra there.
Well, I've shown her to a guest room and mentioned that there will be food.
Mm-hmm.
I've given no time frame. I just said there will be food. Is this like, do you suspect this is going to be like difficult? Because Gazrick doesn't seem too pleased.
Who are you asking?
Sierra.
Well... I mean, he's got to pretend to be a prisoner. This place isn't really, it's not like it's a low-level prison, you know, not for somebody who, like, stole an apple from the market, get a hand slap. This is a pretty hardcore prison. But, you know, Gazrick isn't exactly the most honest guy. So...
Oh, really?
I mean, have you met him?
I just thought that was an influence from another of our quaint group here. Um, that's a piece of information. Okay. Well, I mean, enjoy your room. Like I said, there will be food. But feel free to flag me down if you need anything.
All right, what about that... Oh, that's right, she hasn't seen Rin yet, has she? I was going to have her
No.
ask about Rin, but she has not seen him yet, so I rescind that. And she just smiles. She's like, where did you get a brain jar?
Icewind Date.
That's usually not a souvenir people want from visiting.
It was an accidental souvenir.
And
Don't ask. Don't. It's really best if you just don't.
are you sure none of you are slowly turning into a mind flayer?
That is a word. That is a series of words that I have never heard in that order. No,
It's a question.
no. How would we know that if that were a thing that one of us was having go on?
And Sierra just kind of tilts her head at you and stares very, very seriously at you.
And I do the bird head turn and blink, blink right back.
Well, from what I understand, it's a very unpleasant process. But before you turn into a mind flayer, you can sense others that are in the same predicament.
Hmm?
So if you don't feel anything in the back of your brain, and you haven't been able to pick up on others' thoughts that were in your party, I think you're safe.
Is that something that can come from contact with brains in jars?
Normally, no, but also it's not really standard for brains in jars to be sentient. So it's still weird. I've seen it growing up there, but it's still weird.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Just, file that in the back of my brain to hopefully never talk to me.
Oh, if you ran across something that tried to make you into a mind flayer, you'd know. It's
All right.
very unpleasant.
The way
Eh.
she keeps saying it's very unpleasant is making me nervous. And so I'm going to not say, as I back out of the room, I say, there will be food. And I leave.
And she just, like, waves you off and shuts the door and starts making notes about how she's going to teleport you all to Icewind Dale whenever it is you decide you would like to go. So she's off resting. She's going to hopefully find somewhere to wash up. It still was a long trip. And she assumes that one of you will get her, or there'll be a bell when there's food, after Dahania said several times that there will be food. So that gives you all a couple hours to kind of get it together. I'm guessing by the time all this has happened, unless you want to be at lunch and summon everyone down to eat and kind of figure out your plan of attack. Don't all talk at once.
I want to be eating eggs.
Of course.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
There are egg sandwiches.
if there's been food made, I'll say the smell of food is wafted up to Shaka's room since the door is open because Duo's like moving stuff.
Oh, so you slept through all of that?
Oh yeah. So Shaka does wake and wanders down to see what the grub is going.
I think Gazrick is cooking this time. He's
Okay.
like standing on a step stool above a big pot that's like his size on the actual stove and like stirring. He like grabs a couple ice spider legs and throws them in. Because then I stir. It's like, oh, it's going to be. Now Sierra's going to love this. It's exactly how my mother made ice spider stew. And just like giving it a taste as I go in. Yeah. And then I think prior to making this, like Gazrick just kind of like shut down the stall, like sort of like put everything away, grabbed the spell components that he knew he needed just to like keep on hand in his like little pouch. And yeah, and then I was just back to making food.
Okay. All right. Is anyone going to get Sierra, or did you all like? She's weird. We're gonna leave her alone.
I think I call out to her once the food's done. I'll like go up to her and get her.
Okay. Your friends seem nice.
Yes, they're good colleagues, good friends. Often are trying to do the right thing. Except for Rin. Rin just kind of does what he wants. But I mean, we enjoy him for it.
Interesting that you'd fallen with people who do the right thing.
Yeah, that's the great thing about people in our lives. We can be better and learn and hopefully have company that inspires us for change that is more promising.
Interesting. We'll have to see how this goes. Because Sierra has known you a very long time, and she is.
Yeah, I 100% believe that.
She's like, sure. People change, right? That's why she was like, this could be more official. Because she's been busy while you've been away from Icewind Dale. So she is. So she's chatting with you, but she's just like cataloging everything you do and say, Gazrick.
I kind of a note. Can I make an insight check as I see this like hyper attention?
Yeah.
And like I just want to get truly a vibe on 14.
She did not beat that. So what is it that you were looking for in this insight check?
I don't know. It feels like a lot to travel all the way to Waterdeep to ask me to do this. I feel like I'm being set up to be a fall, like someone who takes the fall in some capacity, and like I think I'm more curious that like maybe it's just the old habits. Maybe it's like me being hyper defensive, looking out for me, protecting me, and like only me, and so I think there's a little bit of concern around that. But yeah, just to see if how on the level is this gig, or if I'm trying to get a vibe of whether or not I'm just a patsy in it all.
Okay. She notices you scrutinizing her in return, and she just gives you that little smile. Oh, just go on and ask. I know, I could hear the brain. I can hear all the little brain meats turning. What is it you want to know?
Just, Sierra, how do I know that you all aren't going to pardon my language, but screw me out there. All right. How do I know that you won't leave me in the prison in some way? And now suddenly I'm in Rebel's Tower. Yeah, how do I just know that I can trust you?
And she actually gives you a little derisive laugh, like, do you think if we were gonna set someone up as a patsy that I'd really travel all this way? You think I'd really travel over a month to find you, of all people, to just throw you under the proverbial sled, to drag you all the way back to Icewind Dale, when there's a million people, well, not literally a million, 10 towns is small.
Yes, yeah, I know.
But that's too much work even for me. I'll go a long way for a gag. I'll go out of my way to do my duty. But with all the things you've pulled, it hasn't been bad enough to go to this much trouble. And also, you're bringing these people with you. They've done nothing to us. If they're willing to travel with you and risk themselves, that's not something we're going to ignore.
I appreciate hearing that, Sierra. And they actually have done something to you. They helped me defeat Sephic. Without him, we'd still have that soul sacrificing happening. We'd still have everything that's going on. And you've been kind about this, but I'll keep it just real here. They know me from my time as a merchant. They know me as a kind individual who may be a little shrewd in his dealings. And I would like that an image of me to remain. Is that fair?
That's fair enough, but you'll have to rely on some of those old skills I know from our younger days to pull this off. Can you do that?
Without a doubt.
All right. Then you may want to warn your friends that they'll see a side of you they're not used to.
When the time comes.
All right.
But for now, and you see like the light comes out. Come, I made my mother's ice spider stew. I know you love it. Come on, let's go eat a little bit before we go on our way. You never want to teleport on an empty stomach. Nobody tells you that, but it's actually really bad for you.
Oh, I was going to do that in the morning. I need time to rest. It's been a long way here. I wasn't going to drag you off.
Oh, I didn't know how urgent, but come, please eat something. You are now a guest in my home. If you go to bed hungry, then my mother really will say something. Come on.
All right. And she gives you a little, nudge in the side. Just like old times, huh?
Hopefully not exactly.
Well, we're not in jail, are we?
Not yet.
Well, you're going on purpose. I'm not.
Yeah. Yes. I would say that I went on purpose last time, too. No, that was... it really just went sideways. Yeah.
And I bailed you out that time, too. But we don't have to talk about that in front of your new friends.
No. See, you're learning. I appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah.
And he is trying his best not to be sure. I think it's as someone who has truly I'm just a trader now, dude. I exist. I'm out here doing my job. Yeah, I think to see someone from this part of his past is kind of unnerving.
Yeah, I would say so.
But yeah, I'd say we come down. I don't know if anyone else is eating this incredible meal that I had spent hours preparing for everyone in the manor.
I know, I'll eat.
Yeah, for sure. I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some food.
And then Rin, I made you a plate of eggs. But I know you're protein loading. I get it.
Needed it. Thank you.
It will keep you warm in Icewind Dale, where you will remember there are no eggs.
Oh, wait, can we take some just in case?
I mean,
And-
if you can keep them warm, sure. If you can
We will.
find a
I
way
will.
to-
I will find a way to keep it warm, but we're gonna need it. I'm gonna need it.
Sierra's looking at you all like, what do you mean there's no eggs in Icewind Dale?
Did they lie to us?
Yeah, we have chickens.
They lied to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of messed with you guys. I just wanted you to eat caviar.
And
God dang it.
she's just looking at all of you like, oh my god, they're gonna die.
But think about it. Who's really at fault here? Me for bamboozling you, or you for believing that we didn't have chickens?
You.
Tomato, tomato.
And
I go get my little spider stew.
and Sierra
Yeah,
just
I'm
digs
hitting.
in.
I'm cutting ahead of the line. If there's a line, I'm trying to get.
Wow.
I am no shame.
Wow. You just lost all your manners in Avernus?
Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Yes, pretty much.
Wow.
Different kind of person can.
Wow. Okay then. Well, we'll have to see how this new Shaka is. Rin, you notice this elf woman who is here. What do you say, or do you notice her?
I go up to her and I ask her, "Are you evil, ma'am?" Because when it comes
Just
to
get
new
right to it.
folks,
Just
Right to
I
it.
have trust issues. So I must know, are you evil? Tell us now.
And she just starts laughing. She's like, you can't just ask people if they're evil. Were you raised in... Where were you raised?
I am an author who is also a detective, so I have to make sure I'm on the case if we need to suspect anything of you. And I want to know, are you evil? Have you killed anyone lately? Where were you before this?
And she just gives you that raised eyebrow like, whomst are thou?
Well, you're in our home, so I just need to make sure that you are of good faith. And this checks out and you seem to be fine. But I will have my eye on you, as I will make sure the other rivals have their eyes on you as well.
And she just looks at Gazrick like, where'd you pick up the puppy?
to be honest, he's been with the group since its inception. He found us, really.
And she just shakes her head like, this is gonna go so badly. So badly. And she just...
Shaka,
Yeah.
so like a Shaka, he turns around and says, "Hey, don't call him a puppy. He's our friend. And if you want us to come with us, you're gonna have to respect us. If you want us to come with us,
Dang.
you're gonna have to respect us."
I'm going under the table.
And she just grins, and she's just like, she's amused in that, oh, y'all are so cute. I could murder you all in 5 seconds, fight. She's just like, oh, calm yourself. Puppy wasn't an insult. But you have to admit, it's kind of funny, him asking me if I'm evil and if I've killed anyone lately. Like I'm gonna tell some perfect stranger. Yes, would you like the list of murders I committed on my way here? What else would you like to... That I might as well give you my elven ID and tell you my proper name in Elvish upon first meeting you. And... Really?
That would be very trusting. I mean, obviously, I understand the scenario you're painting, detrimental to you and your well-being, but for our end, you're asking us to risk our lives, you know?
Yes, but I also wasn't impolite when I asked you. I didn't walk up to anyone and ask, are they evil or who they've murdered. I at least gave you my name first.
It's fair. That is fair. Oh, right, this is Rin. I realize you two are meeting now for the first time.
Hello.
Hello.
He is an investigative journalist. He is an author.
He's-
Several novels.
Several novels, one currently in line to be published.
Exactly.
So he's an unpublished hopeful author.
We were
And he
published
does-
in my heart.
He does magic too.
Hmm.
And then this is Shaka. He has been traveling to Avernus, talking about how he was riding a dragon and slaying demons. So obviously his resume checks out. And then Tahani is everyone's favorite murder Aarakocra monk. You know, out here hitting folks real fast.
Oh, is that really how I introduce myself? Oh,
And she
All right.
just. And she looks around. She's like, I heard that there was a paladin in your group as well.
Yes.
he's on vacation.
That would have been nice. Is it vacation's nice way to put it? Yes, it's got to deal with some work-related time off.
All right. Well, a paladin would have been useful where we're planning to go, but that's okay. Well, a lovely group of friends you've got here at Gazrick. I am going to go look for supplies. I suggest those of you that don't have cold weather gear do the same. And after breakfast, I will be happy to get us back to Icewind Dale.
Wait, we're going like now?
No.
Got here.
No,
In the
no,
morning.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, you can get a good night's rest if you can.
Tom-
I know you just slept for like 12 hours. I don't know if you can fall asleep. Yeah.
And she just literally said tomorrow after breakfast.
Yeah.
Look, Shaka's a little groggy.
I see. I
A
see.
little groggy. Okay. All right.
All right.
Well, I didn't think we'd be getting back in battles. Well, not well. I don't know if it's a battle, but it's definitely something. But y'all know, well, like Rin knows, especially that I always, I come through for y'all and like y'all are family. So if that's what we got to do, that's what we're gonna do.
Let's just make sure you got some winter gear, because I cannot reiterate this. It is like the exact opposite of Avernus in terms of temperature. So there's a giant frozen lake. There's a lot of stuff happening. So yeah, I'll just make sure we've got some furs in your size.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just make sure everyone has furs in their size. And
Yeah,
like that's right. Yeah.
Just double, like whatever you think I need, just double it.
Okay, that's good to know. And that's how Gazrick spends the rest of his night, is just making sure everyone's got their winter gear set and like put together.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just like a late lunch for you all, but Sierra just gives everyone kind of a once over and then gives Gazrick a very, very long, meaningful stare before she gets up and heads back into town, and that's where we're gonna leave today's episode. So, yeah, shenaniganry is afoot, and
I'm excited.
Me
Love
too.
it. Got a prison setup. I love it.
Yeah,
Right?
it feels very Ocean's 11 in a certain way. Like we got a heist coming together.
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So as we normally do, if you have questions for the characters, not for us, do all caps question, and then the character you are asking a question to, and we will answer a few before we call it, and see you next week. So any questions in the chat, and also Brian Cortillo was pulled, but he didn't answer. So Trig or Treat, if you are still in the chat, please speak up. You won a 5e source book from D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, get that source book.
you have not claimed it. So if you're not here, we will figure something out, because we only have 10 minutes left. So, question for Shaka.
Question for Shaka: how does it feel to be back and immediately be out on the road again? I mean, to be honest, I thought I'd be able to get some more rest and maybe design some puzzles and walk around Waterdeep, see what's going on. You know, I thought maybe we'd be able to do some of that, but I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, literally every time we get together, some cataclysmic world-ending thing is going on. You know, I kind of like when I came here, I was thinking I'm gonna chill out, but in the back of my head, I was kind of really seeking some new adventures outside of Avernus. So I think if I truly admit to myself if I'm happy or not, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to go out with my crew, even though the crew is a little different. You know, I'm still happy to go out with the crew. So,
who wants to read the next question?
Let's see. What's Ren's strength score now after training? See, this is how you know I don't work out because I'm like strength score. I'm just gonna say
Oh my god,
6,000.
that's not.
That's a good modifier.
That's such a Ren answer.
that is a great modifier. You're right.
Mhm.
Strength score
Came
6,000.
through.
Nice. Any other questions in the chat before we do our outro?
Give us your questions. We're eager for your
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah,
And then Trigger Treat said they did not enter the giveaway, so Nightbot either is lying to me or it does not know how to pick a
How to pull
winner.
people.
So Springsoul, if you're in the chat and you would like this book, speak up. Otherwise, I will just DM you on Twitter.
Right.
Because at this point, we got to figure something out.
For their books.
No, they're in chat, but Brian's here. Oh, good, you're here. Yay!
Yay!
I will message you, or someone can message you because my whispers are not open. So yes, and
We'll get there.
yeah.
Yes.
We will get you the code.
We promise.
Yes.
We know how to find you.
wow, that
we know.
that
Think
sounds bad.
Oh, there's a question for Gazrick. How does it feel going back home where they know your past? Not good. Here's the great thing. They is not everybody, so as long as it stays that way, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's not going to be great.
I'm so excited for this. Tahani is like, what are you hiding, Gazrick?
I mean, as long as this investigative journalist report is still about Celise, Gazrick is very happy.
Wow.
Yeah, and like Shaka feels like some of his suspicions are confirmed because he wasn't too sure about who this person was, and now he's like, "Yep, that's about what I thought he probably was." So we'll see if it's true or not. Shaka has no idea what the true background of
This humble merchant.
this humble merchant is.
Humble merchant.
Humble, yeah.
Yeah, humble merchant, sure. We'll see. So if that's it, oh wait, I think there was one more question. I almost missed it, unless you just answered. Gazrick, how does it feel going back home where they know your past?
That was the one that I was saying.
Okay.
Where as long as they stay they and not become we, it's all good.
Okay. Long as you're like, look, y'all can't know me like that.
No. That's not me anymore. No. I don't do that.
It's like when two friend groups that are normally kept apart meet up for the first time. Like you're one person with one friend group and another person with that other friend group, and then they all get together. You don't know how to be.
It's very tough. It's weird when you go from being like you're comfortable being the one that gets ragged on in a group, and then you go to a group where everyone like praises you in a way that should not be so, and those two groups interact. It's like,
Ooh.
how do I engage in this? Am I the foil or am I the hero? I don't know.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question for Gazrick. What did you learn to launder money? Are you teaching duo?
Both of those answers are redacted in my criminal record. We will talk about that as the season goes on.
All right. Okay, so that was our season premiere. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to season 8.
All right, so we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to go counterclockwise. Masood, who are you? What do you do? Where can people find you?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Masood Haque. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Maroodboy, MAHRUDBOI. I do stuff with Ravels of Waterdeep here on Sundays. On Tuesday nights, I'm over on our Roll20 sponsored Mythic Odysseys of Theros, which is a blast. We're actually coming back. This is a week of season premieres because we're doing our season 2 premiere on that this upcoming Tuesday. So please come hang out with us. It's very fun. On Thursdays, I do Once Upon a Game with my friend Katie May from Indoor Recess, where we go through narrative-driven games and explore them. Our first game that we did was Undertale, and now this week we're coming back with Deltarune. I haven't played that one, and I'm excited to see the spin-off / sequel that it is. And then on Saturdays, I do the show that just started, The Petals of Warren Grove, over on the Geekspective Podcast Network. I'll be tweeting about that, so you can find it. And this last one, I'm really pumped about. I just want to reiterate, keep this on your timeline. On October 23rd, I'm going to be starting a new series with Roll20 called Balak Bayan Returning Home. It's a tabletop role-playing game that is inspired by cyberpunk and Filipino mythic folklore. I'm really excited to be doing the show. I'll be doing it with a group of very funny folks from Chicago called Stir Friday Night, where we're Chicago's oldest all Asian comedy and improv troupe. Our alumni include Danny Pudi from Community, Stephen Yoon from The Walking Dead, and Mary Sohn from AP Bio. So it's gonna be fun. But keep that on your radar. That kicks off October 23rd, and that during Roll20Con, and then I'll be moving on to Wednesday nights on Roll20. So it'll be a good time. Come through.
All right, Shareef.
Hey, you can find me at ShareefJackson.com, ShareEF Jackson.com, and Shareef Jackson on all social media networks. Of course, you can find me here on Rivals every Sunday. I had a game stream last week that went pretty well. I streamed some video games. So might try to do that a little more often. So if you're interested, just to let us know, either in the chat or over Twitter. We'll gauge interest and see if it makes sense to maybe set up a regular video game stream here on the Rivals channel, since we have our own channel now. Aside from that, don't really have anything non-Rivals related going on that I can mention, at least. Most of my stuff now is as you guys know, I'm a math and science tutor, and this is the time of year when all these students that are remote have gotten their first exams, and they're like, oh my god, I need help. So my schedule is going nuts. So so I don't have anything else that is public that I can talk about yet.
Cool. I almost called you your character name, LaTia.
That would be fine. I picked it because it's nice. I'm LaTia Jacquise across all social medias. As you know, you can find me here on Sunday afternoons in the Chicago area. You can also find me on Fridays now at twitch.tv/rockpunchatl, playing character Faiza in the stream Tunnel, an adventure in the islands. We are playing a D&D campaign in the islands Sina, which just released last week. It's a 5e supplement book based on pre-colonial Filipino mythology.
Ooh.
So yeah, it is super fun. The first episode went terribly in terms of roles, but playing with Critical Bard, writer, developer of the book, Josh Mendenhall, HTT Paladin, and Mackenzie DeArmas, and my friends Josh, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else because that's just where my brain is. Other than that, I'm one of the designers for Into the Motherlands, which episode 2 comes on in just a couple short hours.
Yeah.
And I also have a very exciting announcement that I can't say yet, but when I can, everybody will know. It's super exciting. I can't wait to share it with you all. But that's me, and I love you all. Yay!
Yeah.
Draft those congratulations tweets, y'all. Just like get them ready. So you
Yeah,
just like
just get them. So
Cue them up.
All right. Brandon, our chess wizard.
Oh. Hi everybody. I'm Brandon Stennis. I played Ren Lidon. You can find me on Twitter at IamBrandonTV. You can find me on Twitch at IamBrandon. I just launched my website this week, so if you go to ironbrandon.tv, you can see my website now. YouTube, there's some new YouTube videos that I've posted, so if you want to check that out, I've been doing a playthrough of Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, and also there's a few Among Us videos that are there, so if you want to check that out, that's there. Yeah, I had the chess thing yesterday with Hennessy, so that happened. I will be doing something really fun this week with Twitch, which I hopefully can talk about in a few days. That's it. That's coming up.
And I'm your Season 8 DM, so, God, there's too much going on this week. I, too, am doing a thing with Twitch that I think I can talk about Tuesday or Wednesday. But Thursday, I DM Dragon Age over at the Wandering DM's channel. Wandering DM also did our intro video and outro that you'll see after I'm done talking. It is our Season 2 finale this Thursday. But Wednesday, Dicey Amazons is launching a Beyond the Motherlands show where we dissect the previous Into the Motherlands episode, which is wild to me that we're doing that for a show that is only at session 0. And, yeah, then Saturday we will be back with Dungeon Crossing. We took a couple weeks off because I am over encumbered, literally, with things to do. And then Sunday, like in 4 hours, be over at my channel for Into the Motherlands where we get into our gameplay. Our adventure was written by that bronze girl, Jasmine Bullar. How far we get into it, who knows, because we still have 11 episodes to do. And LaTia is writing our second adventure, so depending on how things play out, you may get to see a bit of her adventure on stream as well. I just do too many things. I never sleep. And yeah, so we'll be back here on Sundays. And hopefully after the stream, we'll have a sub button because I think this was our last stream we needed to become affiliates. So knock on wood.
oh
Yeah. I want to be a bio priest in Motherlands. I love that so much. The bio priest, it's so cool.
Let us play through the season first. Y'all, scale, people, scale.
there it is.
Scale back, scope here. But anyway, I've been your DM, Tanya. Thanks again for tuning in. This was fun. Don't go anywhere because we have a fun new outro that thanks our sponsors. And then we're gonna go raid Bonsai Baby. Oh, that did not sound good at all. Why are we making that noise, XSplit?
no bad noises.
I was like, oh, that sounds bad. All right. Check out this outro, and we're gonna go raid Bonsai. See you over there.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Oh man.
Ooh.